Hey, I just seen that 9 Drinks became a member of the Wood League. That's why I did the Ultra Combo while the stream was starting. So I appreciate everybody hanging out. 9 Drinks, appreciate you, brother. You know how much I appreciate you and your wife. You guys are awesome, and I really do appreciate the support. We got Shift God, Man Bear Pig in the building with the great name, Chrome, Lisa DeLorenzo. What is up, everybody? And yes, it is a new time. We are doing at noon today. Quick update of the channel. We're going to be doing the live stream on Saturday. We'll start at noon. We'll do it till it ends, 15 minutes after. That's going to be there. On not next week. Well, maybe it is next week. I think it's next week, Monday at night. I'm on 94.1 FM from 7 to 9 p.m. ESPN Radio, talking Lions on that radio station. On Wednesday, I'm going to Dallas. I will be that. You'll have a video there. I'll probably even do a live stream while I'm in Dallas for a couple days. And then I'll be back on Friday. You're not going to miss content. It's going to continue to go on here. So that is cool. Just continue to let you guys know on that. Make sure you hit that like button. Smash that like button. It does help out. We got 35 in the building. Let's get 16 likes up in this mug right there. We got an update for Penei Sewell. This is the most important thing. I know everybody has been waiting for this. I got questions. Why didn't you make a video about it yesterday? Well, I wanted to know the information first. This is Penei Sewell, so this is something I wanted to wait on. But per ESPN, Woodyard, Sewell's injury, he rolled ankle, and there is no issues after receiving an MRI. Per Jordan Schultz, it's a minor ankle injury, and the team doesn't believe it's serious. Ha, hee, ha, ha. Ultra Combo! That's a great news. Looks like Penei Sewell is good to go. And if you understand me, there was a couple players I said that just cannot get injured for this year. It would really affect the Lions winning. And Jared Goff, we all know, is one. Penei Sewell is one of those other guys that I had on there because he's so good. And you got to have the anchor of the right side of this offensive line there. Look, we're built to run the football. We're built to protect. We got to lead from the offensive line, and that's what all Penei Sewell is about. And so he is good to go. That is great freaking news. That's the best news that I've heard in a long time, because if Penei Sewell went down, it would absolutely change the trajectory of this season because he's that good. I mean, I think he's a Hall of Famer type of player. So Penei Sewell's good to go. The Iron Man streak continues, and we are happy. We are happy. What is other good news? Well, on Sunday, Terry Arnold, well, I don't know if he'll be back on Sunday, but sometimes this week, right, they said he's good to go. Ennis Rakestraw will be back. Carlton Davis is already back. DJ Reader comes back to practice comes to practice, is finally going to practice. Now, understand that he's not in football shape, so it's going to take a little bit of time, but that's progress. He's actually going to be with the trainers on Sunday. Dan Skipper, good to go. A lot of injured players are good to go. We stress this on this channel, and I know a lot of people get worried about injuries, as do I. We all do. But this coaching staff and this regime itself is very cautious when it comes to injuries, and I love that approach. I 110% agree with that approach. It is a long season. And the last thing you want is, in practice, if somebody gets dinged up, they probably could practice, right? They could still go through it. But then that injury is going to linger. It's a long season. Just let it heal up. Don't ever bring somebody back too early. I would rather be overly cautious than underly cautious. And that's what this regime does. We are good. I feel like we are much better in the past regimes, how they deal with injuries, than we have in the past regimes. I think this regime is really good in that essence. Very smart, very calculated, and that's the way you got to be. They're not too cautious. They're not, you know what I'm saying? They're not under the, like, it feels like it's just about right. And that's what you like to see. That's what you like to see. And so, good news right there. Penei Sewell is going to be with the Detroit Lions. Perfectly fine. We got a $9.99 Super Ultra Combo from who? The man, the myth, the legend.
Roger, Super Chat Gawardo with the $9.99. My lunch break just got better. Thanks, Mike. Let's go Lions. Hashtag FGB. Well, this is the new time. We're going to be doing noons on this channel. That's what we're going to do. It's going to be noon to 1, so if this is your lunch break time, this is a perfect time to do it as we're switching this time to the One Pride podcast. My daughter's in school, and it makes it a little bit easier for me to do it right now. So she's in a kind of like a private school, so I pick her up and drop her off at school, so she doesn't take a bus. So it's important for me to be able to be readily available for her. So that's why we're doing it right now. No injury can be down to a wild Samoan. Yeah, what? Hey, Oos. Look, this guy is in a different level. Penei Sewell is a different level type of player, and I love it. And Alexis says it's a lot better. Yeah, for sure. The thing is the reason I didn't want to do noon is I'm not a guy who likes to jump on people or when somebody else is live, a content creator, I try to avoid it because I believe that everybody should have their voice heard at some point. I'm not trying to take away from anybody, and so I that's why I try to do it. So noon, it was Woodward Sports. They go live there. Go check them out, man. I have no problem. Is Neil Rule still doing it? I think he's still doing it, but you check them out. And I'm definitely not trying to push on anybody's stuff. So always say, hey, check everybody out, but it is what it is for today. I just got a text here. Do we have a time today to go live on LNU each day? Oh, good. And that is LNU. I just got an LNU message from the boss, and looks like we're getting really close to going full live with the LNU channel. This is what I've been waiting on. This is what a lot of people has been waiting on, so you can hear from Everything King, Dose of Dion, Spirit of the Droid podcast, Curtis Steele, Roar to Lions UK, Dan Lions Talk Live, myself, Herman Moore specifically, and who knows, maybe we'll get other content creators. Like Speakeasy is going to be on there, Spenmo Rax. So there's a lot of us. We're building it up, and I just got a message that we're getting really close to launch. Super excited for that. Perfect time for the update. Yesterday's practice was all about the defense, and gosh, that puts a smile on my face. It truly, truly does. I am so happy to see that the defense dominated yesterday's practice. I know what we have for this offense. I know this offense can go. I know this offense can score at will. I know we have the weapons. Yeah, we've talked about wide receiver 4. Okay, we're talking about depth of a 53-man roster, a one position. When you know what we got at tight end is amazing. Offensive line, amazing. Running back room, amazing. Quarterback, top 10 quarterback. St. Brown, Jameson Williams are dogs. We know Kalif Raymond's a dog, right? This offense is high-powered. The defense is what been letting the Lions down the last couple years, we'll say since 2015. It's been a long time, 3 years with AG, but it's been a problem before that. Lack of talent, whatever it could be. We know the weakness of this team. What have we seen so far? OTAs, minicamp, training camp, preseason. Okay, 4 phases. Defense, 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 defense. Huge news. And then yesterday was a significant one. These were the drives for the Lions. Offense. 3 plays, punt. 5 plays, punt. 1 play, pick 6 by Carlton Davis. 6 plays, field goal. 3 plays, punt. 4 plays, interception. Then it goes touchdown, field goal, touchdown, touchdown, turnover on downs, because the offense is going to get theirs. The Lions defense looks like they can actually stop teams this year. Do you know what that means? How many times have we as Lions fans just said, just stop them 1 drive and the Lions can win the game? We just need 1 drive. 1 drive, because our offense is so high-powered. I think there's going to be more than 1 drives now. And I am so excited to see what this team can do. Because, yes, we're a good team. We went to the NFC Championship last year, 12-5. Hell of a great record. But the schedule is tougher. We didn't get to a Super Bowl. We need to upgrade it. Like the NFC North upgraded their roster. The NFC as a whole upgraded their teams. I feel like the NFC is starting to become strong. But the Lions didn't sit there and say, you know what, we had successful year last year. We're just going to stay put. They didn't do that at all. They completely reshaped their secondary. Their defensive line is much, 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 much improved. Terrell Williams is a great coach. So even though the level of competition improved, the strength of schedule is harder, the Lions team is improved. The defense is much improved. So the trajectory of this team should be Super Bowl. It should be. Right? The Lions are I know the schedule is tough, but we are much improved defensively. Offensively is still an absolute strength. Special teams is the question mark, right? The coverage has been shoddy at best. The punt return, kick return, fumbles 4 in 2 preseason games. Most of these guys are not going to be, it's going to be Kalif Raymond, so it's not going to be them, but it is. And the coverage unit isn't been good, right? Jake Bates has been great field goals, but he's missed an extra point. The Lions they got some questions, but they are a stout team right now. And if the offense can continue and the defense improves significantly, like if we go from, I don't even know, all the way to teens, no doubt in my mind that the Lions can make a Super Bowl and win it. There's no doubt in my mind. If this defense improves just by 10, it should be good. Because I see a situation, if you're in the NFC Championship game again, is this defense going to be getting slobber knockered like it has been? I mean, we're giving up a ton of yards in the past game, in the playoffs, in the last couple of weeks. I don't see that being the case this time. And especially at the end of the year when I feel like right now you're going to see situations where our secondary is going to get burnt, especially early on in the season because they're new. There's a lot of new pieces, from rookies to scheme to coach to veterans. But by mid-season, these guys should be on the same page. These guys should be in a great spot, right? And that brings me so much hope that this team can go to the next level. I know they talk about all the other teams, but the Lions are a solid team in the end. I feel like at this point now, we can go ahead. I'm confident. I don't have really issues at defensive line anymore. I was thinking about the edge too, but there's so much more talent on this defensive line now, and what I've seen, I'm not too worried about the defensive line now, and that's huge. That's huge because it was one of my biggest concerns coming in to training camp was this defensive line. I'm not concerned about it really that much anymore. It's solid. I think the only thing that can slow us down at this point is injuries, but that is to every single team. All 32 teams got to deal with that. So knock on wood, right? There's no significant one, at least to a couple important players, the players that's going to probably determine everything, right? Like if you have a significant injury to Jared Goff or Penei Sewell, Aiden Hutchinson, right? Those are ones that could really hurt. But best Lions roster ever, possibly. It's possible, James Janela. A great point right there. And, this is hyperbolic. You Lions fans are being hyperbolic. That's just not the case. If anybody has been on this platform, I've been on now 5 or 6 years doing this. I've never predicted a Super Bowl, okay? I think year 1 I said 3 to 5 wins. This was in the Patricia era that I've been on there, and I think like 7 wins, or it was never that high. Even with the first year with Dan Campbell, I didn't think it'd be that many wins. I had 3 to 5 as well. I believe I had year 2 as 9 wins, and then last year I had 11 wins and they won 12. I said they'd get to the divisional round, and they got to the NFC Championship game. So you're seeing the steady rise of this team, and it's not hyperbolic. I don't think it's hyperbolic at all. I just think it's the truth. It's a really good football team. Any news on Levi Onwuzurike? We're running a 4-3. Levi plays interior, and he's been playing at the edge position. JT's massive purpose. He's been balling out. We haven't really seen it in preseason, right? So we're going to have to wait till the regular season, but he has been balling out, and that's by all accounts. He looks really good. I think it's going to be more of a 4-3 at this point. They're still going to do some 4-2-5. They're still going to do some weird formations, but I think it's going to be probably more of the 4-3, and I do like the 4-3. Even Hutch said every day plays to win a Super Bowl. That's the mentality always and forever. Shift God, that's their mentality, and that's another part of it. They could have easily came into this training camp this offseason. Look at me. Our team went to the NFC Championship. We're great. You suck. Blah, blah, blah. They didn't. They came into this training camp angry that they didn't make a Super Bowl, and they're very confident. They're not cocky at all. They're very determined. That is what you want to see. That is the type of mentality you want to have. Absolutely cannot wait. 100. Joseph C says, go Lions. I can happily, definitively say without a doubt that we're going to win the Super Bowl this year. Could you imagine if we had a young Ndamukong Suh on the roster? Suh, if you had a young Ndamukong Suh, we would be in a world of pleasure for sure. Hey, if you got questions, throw it in the comments section. Lisa Duranzo, I don't know if the D-line and the O-line backups have improved enough. I injured or start making me a little bit nervous. It's really difficult to repeat a great season. We're in the mailbag segment, folks. If you have questions, we may have some answers here. Smash that like button. Also, put in the comment section, #Lions. You'll get your question featured on a video. Go ahead and let us know in the comments below. Mike, just want to tell you I appreciate everything you do for us, brother. Thank you, Joseph C. I appreciate that. Super Bowl or bust, the city of Detroit even getting ready. It's Super Bowl or bust, and we got it looks like the Chiefs fan in here. Ian will tell you, as a Chiefs fan, it's for their Super Bowl or bust. That's their mentality of their team, and that's the mentality that needs to be for the Lions team. Build a building one brick at a time. Takes time to build, but the end result is magnificent. That's what they did. One brick at a time. Penei Sewell, right? Levi Onwuzurike, and Lee McNeil, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like, they just slowly kept drafting right. And when you draft right, this is the net result, is a good team, right? You find talent, and you go for it. I'm ready to be on the streets of Woodward, toasted when we do that parade about to be off the chain, and people deserve it. I would lose my S. I feel so happy if the Lions did it. If they can win a Super Bowl, I would be the happiest of all time, man. Do you see any starters missing week 1? No, I don't see any starters. None of the offensive line. I don't see, obviously, Jared Goff. I don't see David Montgomery or Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't see, obviously, Sam LaPorta. None of the wide receivers, St. Brown, J-Mo, Kalif. They're good defensively. Aiden Hutchinson, Ali McNeil. DJ Reader could be potentially one that misses. I don't think he does. I think he's going to have just a selected amount of snaps. Marcus Davenport will be in there. Jack Campbell, Alex Anzalone, Derek Barnes are healthy. Terrion Arnold's coming to practice next week. Carlton Davis is going to be in there. Meek Robertson. You go through Brian Branch. He's healthy as well. And Jerry Jacobs and Afutu Melifonwu. I don't see anyone missing. I think they're all going to play in that game. Hooker will have more playing time this game. I'm excited for it, but what are your expectations for Hooker? I'm really excited for Roger Guardo to see Hendon Hooker play in this game on Saturday, and my expectations is to continue what he's been doing, is just getting better, right? That's it. Maybe try to get a touchdown drive with his arm. He's doing really good. I like the trajectory he's in right now. That's my expectations. Just don't get hurt. Take the slide. F to Bears. Who was the most interceptions this year? I'm thinking Brian Branch. Great question. I'm going to still go with Kirby Joseph. I'll go with Kirby Joseph. He seems to get a lot of turnovers. I'll go with Kirby, but Brian Branch in there. What's up, Dern? Appreciate you coming in here, man. Nice seeing you. Hey, Mike, who are your top 5 teams in the NFL? Eagles just picked up Dotson. Really? Wow. I didn't even notice it. I was live here. Jahan Dotson. I had him at one of my players that potentially could have got traded to the Lions, and it looks like that just was the case. You're going to go with no particular order, so don't say, oh, this is top 5. No particular order here. San Francisco 49ers, Kansas City Chiefs, they're really good. Detroit Lions, really, really good. Baltimore Ravens are really good. Houston Texans are really good. Those probably are top 5 teams. You know, right after that, you could go with other teams like Philadelphia, Green Bay, Atlanta, really good team out there. A lot of good teams in the AFC. Schiff says, do you think we lock up the number 1 seed by week 17 or 18? Well, week 17 would be, if they're trying to get it, it has to be week 7. It's going to be, in my opinion, it's going to be between the 49ers and Lions. The winner of that game to determine who's the number 1 seed. So I'm going to go with week 17. Jesse Spence, I moved back to Michigan. Just y'all got YouTube TV for watching my Lions. Bring my account with me to work to see the games when pretending the local TV sticks us. Yay, welcome back to Michigan. Like Hendon Hooker, and I hope he's dressed this season. Goff is his own Iron Man thing going on. How many players can the Lions protect on the practice squad? Ooh, it's gonna be interesting to see, because there could be players like, I have Mitchell Agood making the team, but what if he doesn't? He could get picked up. James Mitchell, if he doesn't make the team, could get picked up. Ukwa could get picked up. Right, James Houston. If they were to release him, I don't know. You know, I'm saying if, like, I don't know. So, yeah, that's kind of what I got right there. So it's going to be really difficult to tell, because the Lions have talent, and when you have talent, folks, other teams are going to go ahead and poach that. So yes, Jahan Dotson was traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. Wow, 3rd round pick. And a 5th round pick. So this is the Eagles. Eagles sent a 2025 3rd round pick and two 2007 round picks to receive Dotson and a 5th round pick. So they trade him with in the division. That's crazy. What position he plays wide receiver? Is AG gone if our pass defense is awful? Yes, he is. Look, if our defense does not get better, and it is a 20s defense, then you have to at that point, right? I mean, you've got the players. Now, again, there's going to be some issues in the beginning of the year. Darn, I think, like, there's going to be communication issues just because that's the way it is. But, yeah, you 100%. You can't just continue to allow garbage defense. And I don't think it's going to be garbage. I really think it's going to be improved. It's what I've seen so far. 100%. I was shocked about Jahan Dotson trade. A lot of people didn't have him being moved. Yeah, I made a video on it. I was hearing murmurs about it. That's why I made a video about Jahan Dotson potentially could be moved. I was shocked he was on the list. I'm shocked even more that he went to the Eagles. Just want to keep giving that team speed, huh? It's like they're going to have a track team. Do you think that the Lions pick up anybody? Yeah, I don't think wide receiver 4 is on this team right now. Whether that be a low-end trade or a picking up when teams cut down, that's what I see. I don't know. I'm going with Robert Woods. That's my guess. The Lions will get a Robert Woods. You know, if you're to ask me to make a bold prediction, that's my bold prediction. The way that Dan Campbell speaks, though, and the way that we haven't heard anybody really do anything at this point, I think that the wide receiver 4 is not on this team. Now, I really hope Isaiah Williams makes this team. I do. I didn't have him making it on the roster. I want him to because of his size. I truly hope he does. So, no, this doesn't mean that I don't want him to. My roster projections, what I think they're going to do, doesn't mean what I want them to do. May had already covered this in the beginning, but did we sign a veteran cornerback? We did, and he will be a guy who will probably be cut in a couple days. That's why I haven't spent any time on it. So it's like a camp body. And I know that sounds bad, but Jake from State Farm is a camp body. And apparently doesn't like his name, Jake from State Farm. Well, sucks to be that then. Are you concerned about the pass rush? Not anymore. I'm not concerned. From what I've seen so far, I'm not concerned. I think this defensive line is significantly improved. I do. I was concerned coming into training camp. I had concerns. I haven't seen... And when it comes to Marcus Davenport, it's just availability for me. Can he stay healthy? But at this point, I'm not concerned. I've seen enough to where I say I feel comfortable. I feel confident that this defensive line is improved from last year. We're still going to stop the run, but we're going to get to the quarterback a little bit better this year. And I think that's a testament to the new coach, Cheryl Williams, the defensive line coach. I truly do. And when you have good coaching, it definitely changes the trajectory of teams. I mean, look at the difference between the coaches we've had now and past coaches, right? These coaches know how to develop, and if they get rid of you, it's probably because they weren't doing. Anthony Lynn was gone, and then the offense got better, right? And they changed up. They removed Dre Bly. They removed D-line, and they got new ones, and we're starting to see a little bit better. Do you think that Donovan Peoples-Jones get cut? This is an interesting one. I have him making the 53-man roster right now, not because of what he's done in the practice fields, because of his size. But make no mistake about it, I don't think wide receiver 4 is on this team. So just because if he initially makes it doesn't mean he's going to actually make it. So that's what I have right now. Riley Patterson was just released by Washington. Hey, maybe they want to bring him on the practice squad or something. Let's see. Hashtag FGB. Do you think that Flip and Motor City Dan Campbell get the kickoff figured out? Paul Ginder, I truly hope so. They have it. That's one thing that I'm really concerned about right now is our kickoffs has been butt cheeks, and I don't like that. Because you're giving you're giving opposite teams great field position. If you look at last year, the field position for opposing teams was not good. But so far in preseason, we're talking like last year was like beyond, like before the 20 was like the average. So far in preseason, it's been like the 35-yard line. That's a big difference. So hopefully they can get it figured out. I know it's the new rule. They got to work kinks out, but they got to figure it out sooner rather than later. Great question. Do you think Ukwu makes the team? I'm going to say no, he doesn't make the team. I think he'll get waived and another team will pick him up. That's what I'm thinking with him. Let's see. If I miss a question, just repost it. Hashtag FGB. Who do you think has the worst record this season? I'm going to go with Carolina Panthers. I think they're a dumpster fire. I think they're an absolute dumpster fire. And that organization has a terrible owner. And when you have a terrible owner, they have no idea what they're doing over there. They're a garbage organization. I feel bad for their fans because their owner is horrible, and that's the reason why they're not going to be good for many times. Hopefully the guy sells the team and gives those fans something to root for. The NFL is supposed to be modifying the new kickoff rule. I got to keep it 100 with you guys. I hate the new kickoff rule. It's terrible. I like to watch the field where everybody's the old kickoff where they go kick, boom, and the guys are running. It's the classic. This new kickoff rule sucks. It does. I don't even special teams to me no more. Or special teams to me now doesn't mean much on the kickoff rule. I think they took a big old element out of the game. It sucks. You know, sometimes You know what made me mad about kickoff rules and why I think people get upset about it is, first off, there's so many flags in every freaking special teams play. And when you have flags, it screws it all up. And so it's demoralizing to watch that. And then they change this rule, and it sucks for safety. It sucks. I'm not a big fan of the rule. I'm just not. Can I get you an ultra combo? You want an ultra combo? Everybody in the comment section right now hit that like button. We get to 100 likes, and I'm going to give Forbidden her an ultra combo. We're at 64 likes. Let's get to 100 likes. We'll do the ultra combo. So just give me a couple minutes there, and we will get it for you. Who are you most excited to see come to lift this year? I'm really thinking Levi. Levi Onwuzurike, I think, is someone that I'm really watching, right? We've been hearing hype, and Jack Campbell. Boy, if Levi, though, imagine if Levi comes out and dominates. Look at this first draft, then. If Levi comes out and dominates, like we've been hearing, Penei Sewell, Levi Onwuzurike, Aleem McNeil, Amon-Ra St. Brown. What a effing draft. Like, holy God. You know, a lot of people thought that the Lions, you know, they did decent in the draft. If Levi works out like we're hearing, holy crap. What a draft. We call it a soy-infused kickoff. It's trash. This kickoff is trash. Mike, name one game in our tough schedule this season you're most excited to watch. Ooh. Different reasons you put this in here. If you're just taught from an excitement standpoint, right, it would be the Texans. I think that game is going to be epic. Right? I think that Texans game is going to be really fun. But if you're talking about importance level, it'd be the 49ers. There's no doubt about it. That's the biggest game of the year. The Lions got to win that game. You have to. If you want home field advantage, you've got to win that game. And unfortunately, it's on the road. I wish it was at home. It's going to be a tough one. Iffy. That's right. He was in that draft as well. Like, my God. What a draft. Lions, regarding the kickoff technique, why not just kick it through the end zone and get it at the 30 average return preseason, 28.5? Right? I don't know. They really screwed the pooch on this. I think it's dumb. I'm thinking about going to a Lions game this year. Which one would you recommend? Ooh, great game. Great game for you. What would be the recommendation? Well, first off, I recommend to get to 100 likes. We're at 25. Smash that like button so we get that ultra combo going for my man. Game for this year at Ford Field. Oh, there's a lot of good games. Like the games that I'm really looking forward to, unfortunately, is a lot of traveling. You know, like the Cowboys game, I want the Lions to win. The 49ers game, I want them to win. How about just do the home opener, right? Lions and Rams, that's going to be a great one. Lions and Rams, right? You win that opening game and people are going to get really ecstatic, I tell you that. Okay, so do the opener if there's still tickets to on Game Time. I still can't believe at St. Brown was a fourth rounder. I know, wow. What a draft. Would you consider Vaki and Knight better than Reynolds? Knight, no. Right now, Reynolds is obviously going to be number 3, but Vaki's ceiling is much higher. You've seen it. You've seen how he plays. So, yeah, his ceiling is higher than that. I love Craig Reynolds, so it's not even a hate on him. It's just Vaki's awesome. What game do you think will be the hardest game to win this season? Can I do 2 games here? Can I just give you 2 answers for 2 different 3 answers for 3 different reasons? Okay. And First off, the Dallas game, because of the refs. Period. I don't care. Oh, you're just taking a dumb take and you're being a homer on net. No, I've watched enough of these Cowboys games and Lions games to know that every single freaking time something like this happens, and I've had it, right? I think San Francisco is going to be a tough game, and I think the Texans is going to be real tough. So those are for different reasons. Still tooting my horn for calling. Dude, the Dern called about St. Brown a year before he put on every single mock draft he did. He was telling me St. Brown, St. Brown, St. Brown, St. Brown, St. Brown. This guy was on it with St. Brown. The Dern was on it with St. Brown. He was 100% right. You go into the Tampa game. That should be a good one, too. You're facing the two teams you face in the playoffs back-to-back at home. Screw the pooch. You laugh. Hey, man, I can say some weird things, man. Weird. Stupid actress. I just looked at our schedule. We also play the Bills at home. That's going to be exciting, but I got to say, the Bills to me they're kind of going in the wrong direction. I got to keep it 100 with you. I think they're going in the wrong direction. The Lions will win that game. I do. I just think that they're going in a wrong direction. I agree with the Dallas and the 49ers. Yeah, and the 49ers, it's not because it's because they're a good team. And Texans, because they're a good team on the road. So those are the three reasons why. The Dallas game, the Lions are a better team than Dallas, but they have the refs on their side. I don't know what it is, and I don't care. I went into this game last year, and anybody knows this. I said, Lions are going to lose the Dallas game, and the reasons I said this last year in my Lions versus Dallas matchup, one of the reasons I said is because of the refs. I said that, and everyone got mad at me, said the Lions are going to win this game, the Lions are going to win this game. The Lions were the better team. The Lions had the 2-point BS play, and they lost because I've seen it enough. I'm 39. I watched the Pettigrew drop. I've watched Dallas, Jarrett at home, and flags always occur. Something happens. So I'm going to say it again this year. That is the one game that I want the Lions to win so flippin' bad. Because I'm tired of what happened. To beat Dallas, you got to do what Green Bay did. You have to annihilate them. You have to destroy them. And I was so happy for the Packers to do just to dominate them, because what happened to us. And the Lions players didn't forget it. You know how many players said they wanted to go to Dallas in the playoffs? They wanted to face them after that game. You're telling me that Dan Campbell and this team is not going to be looking for redemption in that game? They're looking for revenge in that game. I think you're going to see the most physical Lions game probably ever. They're going to go beast mode. I don't think they're going to take it. You know how they did that game last year where it was the Lions and Broncos, and Lions scored a touchdown at the very end, make it like 42 points, even though they had the game in the bag? That's what I want to see in this game. I don't care how much we're ahead by. I want you to dump those points on that team and destroy them. That's what I want. I want a destruction of the Dallas Cowboys. I am salty. I'm still salty from the playoff loss from years ago. Another question, Mike. If we do not improve the defensive side this year, which we most definitely we should in our talent, do you think that Aaron Glenn loses his job? If the defense is not in the teens, he loses his job. I've talked to a guy who's in the know, and he agrees with me. Now, there is pressure on Aaron Glenn. With that said, I believe he's going to live up to it. I truly do. The defense improved by, they're utilizing players in the safety blitz and the corner blitz, and it was really working because they didn't have the talent. Now they have a better talent on the defensive line. I don't think they're going to have to do that as much. They'll still do it, but not as much, and that's going to result in great plays. We couldn't get pressure on the quarterback last year. That was a huge problem, and it left the secondary in ruins. Yeah, we could stop the run, but for whatever reason, we just couldn't hit the quarterback. We couldn't knock him down as much, and so that resulted in the Lions, getting a lot of points put on them. And then you had bad players like Cam Sutton. So, I mean, there were some issues there. I think that's going to be better. I do. Passing plays versus running, 50-50. I truly believe this is a 50-50 team, William. Maybe if there's teams that are going against, they're terrible against the run, they'll do it a little bit more or vice versa. But predominantly, this is a 50-50 team. I mean, I seen one game, they ran the same amount of runs as they did passes, the exact same amount. I don't know what game it was, but that's the type of team this is, and that's the way it needs to be. 17 more likes to an Ultra Combo. We got 140 you in the chat. Let's get that 100 likes up there so we can get that Ultra Combo from my guy in the comments. Can this team win 14 games if we stay healthy? Can they? They could. Are they? Probably not. That's so hard. Folks, even good teams have bad days, bad games. Kansas City. A lot of people have Kansas City winning the Super Bowl. They weren't wild, but they had to travel in the playoffs because they've had losses. 49ers lost 3 straight. They had a downward. Lions had a down. Every team does. So do I think they go 14 wins? No, I don't. Can they? Of course, they could, right? They have the talent, but there's going to be days they are not good. And that's just what happens. And they're going to get beat. And when they get beat, we can't overreact. We can't. Oh, it's over. We lost games last year, and it's over. And I'm like, it's not over. This is just kind of what happens. It's a long season. So we'll see. If I miss your question, just repost. I have a good coach like Terry Williams. It is a huge upgrade. Come on, folks. Let's give Mike some love. Hit that like button. Absolutely, man. We're 11 away. What's your code for discount on sports? It's Chat Sports. One word, Chat Sports. Do I got my thing in here? Let me see. Generally speaking, I do, but I'm not seeing it right now. But yeah, it's just Chat Sports, one word, and you're going to get $20 off your very first purchase. Casey has Taylor Swift. We have Taylor Decker. Oh, man. I'm tired of the Taylor Swift stuff. I hope it doesn't. It's not like last year. Oh, my God. It's annoying. I watch football to watch football, not to hear about, Taylor Swift and relationships and anything else. I watch football to watch football. That's what I want to watch. I don't want to see any politics. I don't want to see any relationships. I don't want to hear about any of the drama. I just want to watch football. We hear this stuff every single day of the week about politics and Hollywood and Taylor Swift and all this non-football stuff. I just want football, man. That's it. Do you guys want to hear more about Taylor Swift? Let me know in the comments below. Yeah, we get to see him and Travis Kelce. They kissed each other. Oh, my God, they kissed each other. Oh, they're in a relationship. Oh, my God. Oh, who cares, man? Sheesh. So what? They're in a relationship. Cool. So is, everybody else in the world that are adults. Good God, man. If Levi balls out, do you think that he stays in Detroit after this season, or does he get traded? Ooh, I think he stays. I mean, they really like Levi and Wuzurike, and I think he would stay, right? Dan Campbell's been talking a lot about him. A lot. So I think he stays. I don't know what type of contract he'd get because you're talking about he just had 1 year of success. So I don't think it'd be an Ali McNeil type of contract that he's going to get. He's going to get a big one. But I think he stays. Why not, right? Remember, he doesn't have the fifth-year option. So this is the year, right? He's got to do it, and he understands this is a contract year. Lions got money, too. They got money for next year's cap space. Over $65 million next year in cap space is utterly ridiculous. I don't know how they're doing this, but they are great with contracts, so I think he would stay. Mike is so funny. Smashed a hole, a.k.a. hit the like button. Shoot me in the face. Look, we all know, man. We just get tired of this stuff. And, man, like, I understand about the ratings for the NFL. Oh, we got ratings because of Taylor Swift and the Swifties. Dude, who cares, man? I come here to watch football. I want to see guys hit each other. I want to see punches in the face. I don't care about relationships. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't go to her concert. The only way I'd go to her concert is if my girlfriend and her kids are like, Mike, please come with me. That's not going to occur. I don't even think they like Taylor Swift, to keep it 100 with you. And I don't listen to that type of music. If you want to know what type of music I listen to rock, Metallica, Slipknot. I listen to rap, 50 Cent. I'm more of the 2000s rap. I like Tupac, Biggie Smalls, that era, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, X to the Z, Nate Dogg. I love pretty much all alternative rock, all rock. I love it. That's my genre. You know I had always wanted, this is what I've wanted at a Super Bowl. And they always do like these pop stars. They do, like the Taylor Swift type of folks or anything like that, or Justin Timberlake, or how about put Metallica out there, man? Let's go. Let's do Metallica for the Super Bowl halftime show. I would watch the Super Bowl halftime show if they put Metallica out there. I think the Metallica is the greatest rock band to ever exist. That's how much I like them. Everything they do is good. I would love it. And I like oldies. I got to keep it 100 with you. I like oldies. We're talking about musics like in the 70s or the 80s, kind of. Even sometimes it's like Brown Eyed Girl. I like that type of stuff. Older music, like the soundtracks from Guardian of the Galaxy. I love that music. That's the type of music I like too. That is my genre. You put in some I'm going to heaven when I die type of music. That's what I want to play at my funeral. Do 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 do. That's the type of stuff I listen to right there. Chill back, relax, got some good. I just made a man cave in my garage. Man, I got lights in there. I put a radio in there. I got all my tools hanging up. I got my music playing. I'm chilling in there, listening to my music and doing some work. That's the type of stuff I like to do. All aboard the hype change. Sorry about going on a tangent about sports. I know this is a Lions chat, but that's the type of stuff I listen. That's the type of stuff I listen to. I am a Christian. I'm pretty devout Christian. With that said, I have a hard time listening to Christian music, just because it kind of bores me a little bit, and it has nothing to do with the music itself. It just I just need something to kind of excite me a little bit. Oh man, that's one of my favorite songs. I told my girlfriend, I told my whole family, I actually told this week, that when I do die, I don't want you guys to, I told them whenever it does happen, I told my kids, I've told everybody, if I die ever, whether it be like tomorrow or 50 years from now, that play that song at my death because I'm happy. Because I already know where I'm going when I die. I am a Christian. I do believe that I'm going to go to heaven. Now, if you don't believe in Christianity, that's cool. I respect everybody's religion, even if you don't believe in anything. But that's my personal belief. Is this your full-time job? Yes, this is my full-time job now, folks. I've been doing YouTube now, say about a year and a half, 2 years now full-time. Yep, this is my full-time job. I'm on the radio, too. Now I'm on 2 different days each week. And I'm looking to get a third radio. So I talk Lions for a job now. I used to work at Spectrum Health as an auditor. I worked there for 7 years. Obviously, I was in the Army before that for 8 years. And I've worked, I went to college for 4 years, and then I worked part-time, and I was in school full-time. So that is my background right there. I joined the Army when I was 17. On my 17th birthday is when I signed up, because 9/11 happened a couple months before, right? It happened in September 11. I was angry. So when my 17th birthday came in, I joined the Army. At least I signed up, right? You still got to do your ASVAB. You still got to go and do all that. So I did it. Before that, I'm a drywaller. My dad we had a drywall company, so I know how to drywall. I've remodeled 3 houses completely from scratch, complete drywall, I know how to do electricity, I know how to do plumbing. So I was more of the blue-collar guy growing up because that's what my dad did. So I'd go to work sites, drywall. So I can do that right now. I just did it to my girlfriend's house. Drywall. I'm going to do her basement. I got to do the porch yet. I just finished her garage. That's why I've been so busy. So I know how to do all that. You look at me and you're like, oh, this guy doesn't know how to do anything like that. Actually, I do. I'm pretty good at it too, because I've done it my whole life. So I did that for a while, but my body broke down in the Army after being in 8 years in the Army. I was a skinny guy. I'm still skinny. My body just broke down because I first was in 19 kilo. And then I joined the infantry when I lost, and it just beat your body down. And so when I got back from Iraq, I could no longer I no longer could use my physical body, right, to make money because my spine was jacked, and I knew it was really bad when I was in Iraq. So if you don't know this, I'm going on a tangent here, but that's okay because I got time. I'll get back to Lions questions in a second. We're going to go extended. We're going to extend this stream a little bit because I get asked this a lot. So when I joined the Army, I was a really skinny guy, right? And so when you're in basic training and when you're in training, if anybody knows Army training, it is a beat down physically. Like it's mental, right? It's all mental, but it physically tears you up, especially the type of job that I had. I was a grunt. So I'm carrying all this weight as a skinny guy. Soon your body starts to break down. I had drywall before. And when I was in Iraq, before I went to Iraq, you got to assimilate to combat. So they give you all the body armor in Texas. So I get to Texas for training. I'm not used to wearing all this body armor. So you're putting on, you got your Kevlar, you got your body armor, you got your, I had a 203 with my M4, so that just adds more weight. I had my 9mm with me because I'm a sergeant. I had a crap load of weight on me, and it tore my body up even more. But I got used to it. I completely got used to it. In Iraq, you wear it every day. It was normal. It was not normal for me to wear this weight. It was normal. And when my back would throw out, I would tighten up my body armor to make my back stable because my back was giving out. I was having massive issues. I would take belts and wrap it around my body. 2 belts. You can easily ask my friends, put the body armor and strap as hard as I could because I was throwing my spine out all the time. I never talked about it in the Army. I just did my job. I only was sick for 3 days out of the whole year there, and that's because I got pneumonia. But I was full on charge. And when I got back from Iraq, doing that, and you take this body armor off, my spine went to crap. And so I could no longer do physical labor work anymore because that's physical labor. So as my body gave it out and I'm having to go and get surgeries, I'm having to do all this type of stuff, I said, you know what? I got to use my brain. And I had the Montgomery GI Bill. I went to Davenport and got a 4-year degree on something that I can do where I'm sitting behind a desk. Got a job at Spectrum Health for 7 years, and now I'm doing this. So that is why. So I'm not some sort of chump, some sort of guy that doesn't know how to do physical labor just because it's what I do for a job. I just physically can't do it no more, and my body has given up. You know, and you have to accept that. It's okay to accept that, right? You have to get to a point, just like my buddy Brandon Mason, who does YouTube as well. His knee gave out. You got to look at the mirror and say, my body is garbage, but that's okay. What can I do to correct it, right? My girlfriend has multiple sclerosis, has MS, right? She deals with this every day. It is a fight. I got bad spine. It's a fight. It's just part of life now. You don't complain. You don't whine. You don't cry about it. You deal with it. You make a choice. What can I do to extend the health of my body? And mine was, okay, I'm going to eat healthier, which I do. I drink a lot of water. I walk a lot. I don't lift any weights anymore, not heavy weights. I used to be a lot bigger than what I am now. I used to be 200 pounds, lifting weights and stuff. I can't do that because my body physically can't do it. So I lost more weight. I'm about 100 and I'd say about 180 pounds now. Feel pretty good. She does the same thing, right? So this is just part of life. So if you're a younger guy and you're starting to experience pains, just understand. Try not to take a whole lot of pity. It sucks. But what can you do to better yourself? Because God has given you this. You have to adjust fire now. So sorry about that. Let's get back to your guys' questions. Sorry for the tangent there, but I do get asked this a lot, so at least there was opportunity. Oh, we hit an ultra combo. Ultra combo! Ultra combo! Oh, I thought. Thank you so much. Get to 100 likes, and my man below said, "Can we get an ultra combo?" You just got it right there for you, brother. Mike and Penny, I thought you were talking about trades for the Lions. Yeah, man, look, I've had no choice, right? It's just a part of it. And I believe in diversifying yourself. I think it's important to learn and be educated. I think it's important to, I'm not some guy that just sits like big in electronics, right? I know how to make fires. I know how to make food, whether it be hunting, fishing, growing food, very self-reliant, self-efficiency. When I get a bigger property, I want to have a greenhouse, a garden. I want to have solar panels. I want to be able to be self-efficient, save money, because I believe in self-efficiency. That's just my personal thing. So I am a jack of many trades. See, I'm a Browns fan, and I left our chat because Cleveland sucks. Gregory, that sucks. Cleveland Browns are going to be a good team, though. I really do believe so. But come on down. He says Detroit sucks worse. Well, that sucks, man. If Cleveland sucks, Detroit sucks, I guess you can be a Dallas Cowboys fan, right? My team has been, you know what I love about being a Lions fan? And I think you should take love for your Cleveland Browns fan. I've been a fan of the Lions team before it was cool. I've been a fan of this team when they sucked. I went to the draft after 0-16. I wore my Lions gear at that draft, and there was probably 5 Lions fans there out of everybody. I've been a fan of this team when they're bad, and that puts a smile on my face because they're good now. And you should take a smile on that. That if you're a Cleveland Browns fan, you went through a lot of misery, but now this team's pretty good. You know, I don't know how far they'll get to. They're in a tough conference. But your team is now respectable, so you should feel good about that. Mike, I'm hoping for Creed and Three Doors Down concert. Hey, Mike, I might be going to that one. We were just talking about that. So if we do go to it and you're there, hit me up. You need to pick up the latest Sports Illustrated. They have a great article in the Lions last season, and they picked the Lions to go 13-4, winning the Super Bowl over the Bengals. Yeah, I seen that. I seen the winning over the Bengals, and I wouldn't care who the Lions, if they got the Super Bowl. We're all going to be happy, right? You don't care. But, man, the Bengals are interesting because their quarterback, Joe Burrow, is now, in my opinion, he's like kind of injury prone. Because he runs, I feel like he runs too much. I know a lot of people get mad at Jared Goff because he's not mobile. One thing about Jared Goff is he doesn't get injured as much as other quarterbacks because of his ability to just kind of stand in the pocket in this great offensive line. So, can he stay healthy? Is their offensive line good enough? He takes hits, man. And the more you get older and the more you get banged up, it doesn't get easier. I think that's a thing that people don't realize. It's something that I realized when I was younger, just all the beatdown that I took from drywall, construction, and the Army, it never got better. You know, like it's not like it's, oh, I can heal from it. No, it's like, can I sustain this at this point? Like, so can he stay healthy is a thing. That's why I'm so shocked with and so impressed with Levi Onwuzurike. He came back from a terrible injury, and this guy is still balling. You got to love it. You have to love it. How crucial is Brad gets true backup Panay in the draft in this upcoming free agency? We did. I think Giovanni Manu is a developmental tackle. He's developmenting. He's developing. And you can see his ceiling, right? He's got an immense ceiling right now. He's raw. He's going to have good games. He's going to have really bad times. That is the guy. I really do. I think if they'll develop him, and at some point, he's probably going to be the right tackle when Taylor Decker's done and Panay is going to go to the left side. And that's why I was okay with them getting Giovanni Manu, a developmental player. You need a tackle to develop. And his attributes are so gigantic, you could see the ceiling, right? He's freaking huge, and that's something that you can't teach. Just be patient. You know, we got to be patient. We got to take the Broderick Martin approach and let this guy do his thing. Sewell is okay. Sewell is okay. He'll be fine. He'll be good to go week 1. He is just a little ankle injury. Nothing. It's not like a high ankle sprain or anything like that or some sort of tear. He's fine. Shoot, if he had to play on a Sunday, I suspect they just tape it up and he plays. But, you know, or if he was to, like, there is no Sunday game, right? We got preseason Saturday, but he's fine. As in last day's nuclear fallout, maybe? Solar isn't going to be worth a damn. Hey, Taylor Alexis Janela. There's another situation. What about Yellowstone supervolcano? I always say in that Bible stuff, look at the Yellowstone supervolcano. Because that stuff it's creepy over there, Yellowstone. I've been watching that, man. All these earthquakes and vents. That stuff is scary right there. If there was an apocalypse, that would be that. That would be it, like a super volcano. But hopefully it doesn't happen in my lifetime or my kid's lifetime or thousands of years, right? It's been a fan a long time, too. Since the mid-'80s, I thought we had it when we had Barry. I wanted to cry when he retired. Then we had a #1 defense in the league back in 2014. Yeah, and then we lost Joseph, and that's why I was so salty about that game. We should have won that game. So salty about that game. Ay, ay, ay. Janice Snow says, thank you so much, Mike, for your service. As a Chiefs fan, I'd like to say that Taylor Swift sucks. It could be even worse for you. Just imagine how much we have to... Oh, my goodness, Janice Snow. I can't even imagine for you guys how annoying that gets. Thank you for coming in here, commenting. All fan bases are welcome, and I don't wish anything bad upon your team or anything, but yeah, that sucks. Absolutely sucks. I can't even imagine how annoyed you guys get hearing about this 24/7. You know it's media-driven. All media-driven. Sorsdale's a potential, though, not as physical gifted as Manu. Sorsdale needs to keep Panay Sewell-type mean streak because he might be too nice. I love Panay Sewell's mean streak, Tafka. God. I love how he stares down other players. I love how he gets in the face. This dude is a mean SOB on the field. Great guy off the field. I love it. And you ain't going to intimidate Sewell. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. That Jim Schwartz era. That was a fun era sometimes, though, because for me, when I watched the Jim Schwartz era, we never, like, I grew up, I started watching the Lions when I was in 91, okay? I was 6 years old. So I've seen a lot of bad eras through, all of it, man. And so it was fun to at least have a competitive team. It was fun. Joseph C's getting off here, getting back to a job. You know what? So am I. And I gotta do some stuff here and get this thing going for you guys. So we're gonna go ahead and end this bad boy. I went over a little bit because I went on a tangent about my past. and I don't want to keep doing that all the time. But so I want to give you extra minutes. So with that said, folks, adios.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless, a sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it, and I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring. My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great.